Hey everyone, it's Kenton Becker with American Pacific Mortgage. I'm here again with another weekly video tip for you. First thing I want to address is the fact that I realized just before I was getting ready to record this video that I'm wearing the exact same sweater, whatever, as the last video. I promise you that I'm not recording this video on the exact same day. Now that we got that out of the way, I do want to go through 3 ways to plan to buy in 2022. I have a lot of clients that talk to me leading up to the end of the year. Hey Kenton, I really want to be in a home by the end of the year or fresh for the new year. And we're almost at that point. But if you're looking to buy a home next year, that's what I want to focus on here, buying a home into next year. I want to talk about 3 key things. The number 1 thing is budgeting. Know your expenses each month. If you don't have some kind of monthly budget, something that breaks down what you spend your money on, you're really missing it, and you're probably spending more than you realize. There's services out there like Mint that will link up to your bank account information. You can actually pull in your expenses. You can see exactly what you're spending your money on each month. The second thing though to that is check and see if there's any ways you can cut your expenses. After you figure out what your expenses are, you can look at maybe paying down some debts or getting rid of monthly payments, maybe subscription services that you're not using. And the third thing in that is have an accountability partner. Now, if you have a spouse, that's gonna be your spouse. But if you're not married, find a friend, family member, coworker, somebody that you trust that's responsible with money, and see if they can be an accountability partner for you. Let them know what your goals are and they'll keep you accountable, keep you on track to those goals. Okay, the second thing to plan out has to do with your income. Your income is the most powerful tool that you have to get ready to buy a home and qualify for a home in the new year. We want to make sure we make your income work for you. So make sure you're investing in things that will give you a good return, not things that are going to depreciate. So what's going to give you a good return? Maybe things like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, different investment strategies where your money's not just sitting there and not even keeping up with inflation, but it's actually being invested in things that will grow and increase. So make sure that you're putting it in a vehicle that will get a good return. Also, if you're going to be having any career or job employment changes, that you consult with your loan officer first about how that could impact your financing. Things like full-on career changes could actually impact your timeline and maybe push things out a bit further if you need to wait a certain amount of time in that new career field. If you're just changing employers or changing jobs, maybe increasing pay or getting a promotion, typically that's not going to affect your timeline. It won't affect your lending because that's still in the same line of work or same career. Okay, the third way to plan to buy in 2022 is to focus on your credit. There's never too early a time to look at the credit. It's always a good idea to look and see what's on the credit, see what's going on, and monitor your credit so that you know what's happening. I always suggest to clients that even if they're a year out, 6 months out, to get the credit pulled now so that we can make any adjustments or make any changes that need to be made to get the credit score where we need them to be. Last week's tip was all about credit. So go back, watch that tip if you want some just good resources, good information about how to improve your credit score. But it is still a good idea to talk with your loan officer, have them pull the credit and see what your scores actually are so you know where you need to go. Okay, so those are the 3 ways or the 3 tips to plan to buy in 2022. But I want to throw in a bonus tip. I'm happy to help you plan and prepare for that next step. Even if it's 3, 6 months, 9 months from now, we want to get you ready so that you're ready to buy next year. Next year is going to come on pretty fast, so we want to make sure we're planning now for those changes in the future. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Have a wonderful week.